What up, people? Welcome to the Push Wild Black Show. I'm your host, Christian. This is the Bullscast, episode 2 for the Bulls versus Grizzlies game. Bulls win 110-102. Bulls get their first win of the season, and I'll just give you quick thoughts on the game and some other NBA stuff real quick. All right, so Zach LaVine. Today's game was basically Zach LaVine rebound game from the Charlotte game Wednesday. So he had 37. He basically the first half of the game was him doing the majority of the scoring, and the Bulls having a better defensive presence than Charlotte, but still trailed the majority of the game. They were close until about the fourth quarter, really. The second half, adjustments were made. They were better defensively. Zach was still getting his points. Kobe White came off the bench and scored 21 of his 25 points in the second half. He was catalyst of an 8-0 run in the fourth quarter, and they were able to get the lead, and they were able to keep the Grizzlies at bay. Cool that Zach LaVine was able to rebound. His game kind of scares me a little bit because the first half it seemed like he was forcing it still, and he was doing the same thing he did in Charlotte, but he was able to hit the shots. So it seemed like in the rebound game he was trying to force a lot of it today, and it just worked out. Whereas Kobe, it seemed like he just got the green light to score off the bench and have instant offense. And he still had, he still had 6 rebounds. Still had 6 rebounds and 2 assists. But his role on this team, because he's still learning to be a point guard, is just to come off the bench and be like, they're comparing him to like a taller version of Ben Gordon. He's kind of playing a combo guard type of thing. Like I've noticed they did this a lot in Charlotte game, where they're running a 3-guard set in the second unit. It's like Dunn and Ryan Arcidiacono, and then Kobe in the second unit, with either Cornette and sometimes Thad Young. So, but yeah, that's basically what Kobe does. Instant offense off the bench. That 21 points in the second half was needed, especially in that run in the fourth quarter. I said in the Charlotte game that Lauri Markkanen is the best player on that team. I still believe that, but this is the problem that people are having with him as far as the next step, because he only had 9 points and 11 rebounds. 11 rebounds is cool, but he was 1 for 10 from 3, 4 of 15 from the field, and he refused to go to the lane at all. Whereas in the Charlotte game, it seemed like he tried to be a perimeter shooter, but he also took the ball to the lane the whole game in the Charlotte game, and he didn't try to do that this game. So Zach took up the slack for that, but I really need for him to go to the lane more. Like, it's there. The big men for Memphis, he can still take them off the dribble. It wasn't just Charlotte where he was able to take his man off the dribble. Lauri Markkanen is one of the most athletic big men in the league in his position. You can take most of the big men in this league off the dribble, do that more. But that's minor. That's minor today, considering they won. Yeah, like I'm really impressed with Kobe White and his progression. I don't know if he should be starting. I don't know if, since they want to really develop him as a point guard. I heard Neil Funk say that does he have to, during the broadcast, does he have to be a point guard? Can he be like a two guard? And I don't know, because you lose if you put him starting with Zach LaVine. I'm pretty sure they would work out well together, because toward the end of the game, they're able to work out to be on the floor at the same time. But is it worth bolstering your starting lineup and losing your bench? Because Kobe's really good off the bench to just be like a microwave player and just score and just get assists when he can, because he's so fast and he can take anybody off the dribble. Matter of fact, him and Ja Morant kind of went at it a little bit, guarding each other, and Kobe got the better of that, as Ja only got like 10 points this game. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I like that 3-guard set that they run with Arch and Kobe and Dunn, especially defensively. Defensively, the Bulls are underrated defensively. I thought on the ball defense they did fine in the Charlotte game. They did better this game. Perimeter defense is still a problem, and against a 3-point team that shoots three-pointers well, it's going to be an issue for them, because they still can't rotate quick enough. But this game, it didn't matter as much, and they were able to pull it out. Couple things before I end this, because I'm not going to belabor the point to try to make this long for no reason. Watch the Clippers and Golden State game yesterday, and watch the Houston and Milwaukee game. I don't know if Harden and Russ is going to work together now, because they're both so ball dominant, but it's going to be interesting. That Houston thing is going to be real interesting. They ended up losing because Giannis just took over the game, but that's going to be interesting. Like, Russ, I think what D'Antoni wants to do is I saw a lot of D'Antoni playing Russ in second unit and spelling Harden a lot, and the pace didn't stop. I like Tyson Chandler, like, being on the bench and spelling Capella. Like, it almost makes me hate the fact that D'Antoni couldn't get Tyson on a team on one of his teams when he was younger, because that energy's still there, but he's 36 or 37. And I watched the Clippers and Golden State game, and real quick about that, the Clippers are going to be really, really good defensively, and basically they don't have anybody else. Golden State doesn't have anybody else but Steph. And with Clay being injured, I heard it might be the year now, and he might not come back this season. At first it was he was going to come back like around Christmas time or around like the playoffs. So if they made it to the playoffs, he'd be ready. Now I heard he might be out for the year. You knew that Golden State was going to be it was going to be a rough season for them. And I don't think this is a barometer of how good or bad they are. I think people underestimated defensively how good the Clippers were, and they got to figure out who else is going to score, because basically they're keying in on Steph. And they got a bunch of young players and a couple rookies on Golden State. And until they figure out how to best utilize Steph so he can score, and D'Angelo Russell so he can score, and it might be moving away from their traditional offense in order to win some games. But the championship window, if you were expecting the Golden State Warriors to win a champion, to be a title contender, nah, they were probably going to be a fifth, sixth, or seventh seed. They're going to be on the lower half of the playoffs. I still think they can make the playoffs. It's just, I wasn't surprised by that loss. I was surprised by the margin of the loss, but I wasn't surprised by the loss. I'm not going to be surprised that the Golden State Warriors are going to have a rough season as far as what you're used to seeing. But I think they'll make the playoffs, though, because I think the only teams that are going to make a substantial jump, really, is Dallas and the Clippers, obviously. Dallas, because if the Mavericks stay healthy, they're going to be a playoff contender. And the Clippers are the best team in the conference. So, I don't know about Houston. I don't know about Utah. I don't know about Portland. Denver's still going to be good. Minnesota, don't know about, so there's a lot of question marks when you get under the top 4 teams. So you don't know. So they might, so the only team that's going to be a drop is the Warriors, but I think they'll be good enough to get in the playoffs. But yeah, that's the only league stuff I want to talk about. But it's a good game tonight. Bulls did good. I still would like them to concentrate on perimeter defense more. I think with Toronto, this could be a good game where if Jim Boylan did want to start Kobe for the Toronto game tomorrow, this would be a good game to try that experiment. Only because what Toronto wants to do is Toronto wants to run Van Vliet as kind of the 2-guard. They want to run it like a 2-guard set. Since it's can't think of that dude's name. Piasco and Van Vliet, they're going to be the main guys, and they're going to be responsible for scoring. So just to deal with the speed, I think it would be, if you're gonna do that experiment of Kobe starting or Kobe playing more minutes, that's a good game to do it, just because the speed level of Toronto's guards is a thing, and the Bulls have the Bulls have a height advantage with the backcourts. So, but we'll see. But that's it for today. I will definitely see you guys tomorrow for the Toronto game. And later, people.